Hello. Hi, Rebecca. Rebecca is first. Thanks for being here first. Tell me, what classes did you teach today and what are you going to teach? I only had two. I had from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. Open. So I only had the 7 and the 7:30 book. I closed everything before that, before my first booking last night, and the 8 and 8:30 didn't book, short notice. And of course, those two slots that never booked didn't book either. I have Panda Dino, just came yesterday. I've been wanting Panda Dino forever. Pandas are my favorite. I didn't buy it at Journey and then regretted it. And they don't have it at the VIPKID store or in the token center. This is one of those that's hard to find. So I found it in the VIPKID store and I went ahead and bought it as soon as I did. I did pay full price for it. The rest of my dinos, I don't pay full price. My regular dino I got with tokens, and all the other dinos I wait for when they're having like a sale. You know, like sometimes they have a Black Friday sale. Yeah, thank you. I put it with my other Panda. But yes, I love Panda Dino. See, isn't he cute? All right, well, I will go ahead and start reading the reports. None of the reports are that long today, and I do have out updates from Outschool that came out on Sunday. You got them from Meetups, okay? Most of my dinos were like $10, or I wait till they're on sale, something like that, 10 to 15. All right, the weekly teacher update. It's nearly the end of June and students are wrapping up the school year. That doesn't mean they have a few months of relaxation ahead of them. However, most of your students will likely be given summer homework and will still continue taking extracurricular classes in July and August. Most of my students are still in school from the ones I've talked to. Diversity and inclusion updates. Sharing our recent work across the organization, we are about halfway through 2021, and in the spirit of ongoing transparency, we want to provide an update on the latest diversity, equity, and inclusion work on the VIPKID platform. Creating more equitable community and platform experience is a top priority for VIPKID, and we want to remain accountable by sharing the steps that we're taking. Hi, Deborah. So they're having a diversity speaker series, Pride Month in the VIPKID teacher community, teacher spotlights, onboarding of the Diversity Council, diversity workshops for VIPKID employees in our China and US offices and for teacher community leaders. If you have any questions or feedback, comment, please don't hesitate to send in a ticket to the teacher voice team and select diversity inclusion drop down. Okay, Deborah, tell me what you taught today or are going to teach. Oh, and Stephanie, hi Stephanie. Also let me know what you did teach or are going to teach. Teacher voice updates, changes based on your suggestions. Teachers and students now have the same set of AR stickers. So basically, the teachers had more than them, and I think the students didn't have all the ones the teachers had, so people wrote in saying the students like having the same ones, so they updated that. Then there was an e-card where the words and the background, the color of the text and the background was hard to see, so they changed the color of the text to make it easier to see. And so they're just saying if you have other suggestions, send something to the support team. Looking for more tokens? Attend a workshop. June tokens rules still apply. There are 2 days left to take advantage of tokens, and we're giving away this month by attending workshops. Sharpen your skills, ask any burning questions you might have, and save up for Dyna merch all the same time. If you see the raffle icon beside a workshop, that means you can win 50 tokens by attending. We're also giving away tokens to new teachers who attend our new teacher kickoff workshops. I have, I think, 400 and some tokens about to expire just in a few days on June 30th. Anyone else? I actually used them to send tokens to a student I had to cancel on. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Okay, virtual meetups. June isn't over. There are still a few days left in June. We have some suggestions for you if you're interested in hosting a meetup, even if it happens in July. Host a brunch, lunch, coffee for encouraging attendees to purchase food from businesses owned by people that I identify as LGBTQIA. Lots of letters. Host a book club or discussion that celebrates authors or filmmakers who identify as that. We also have a Jell-O Making Pride celebrations coming up tomorrow, and there are 3 different times available. Let's see. July's coming. They don't have any suggestions for July yet. Go to the community events page. Trending topics. Number 1, summer booking trends. Number 2, response regarding the reports of the new regulation and rules on the private tutoring sector in China. And then they're reminding you that was in last week's the May 18th update. So anyways, I mainly teach for Outschool during the year. I'm teaching a lot for VIPKID right now because I like the morning hours and having my days free for the summer, but I'm just going to keep teaching unless we hear from the Chinese government that we can't do it anymore. I'll just keep teaching it until I'm told I can't. Rebecca taught 1 MC, 3 trials. They all showed up. Okay, mine was an MC assessment, a long-time regular, and the other one was a trial. But it was one of those rebooking. I have the 15-minute rebooking thing. So I was prepared for, I had the peach and the mango and the banana, and then it switched to something else. Luann, hi Luann. I taught 4 MC, 1 Outschool class in a couple of hours. Okay. And Rebecca, I am also team teaching 2 super long Outschool camps with Cindy today. Okay, you guys are they're called pods, right? Where teachers are teaming together and teaching for a few hours at a time. So I hope that's going well for you guys. For me personally, that didn't fit into my summer schedule, but I hope it's going well for you guys. Deborah, I taught only 1 student today and 1 yesterday. Is anyone else experiencing this? Yes. So not sure if you were here at the beginning, very beginning, but I had open from 5 to 9 a.m. and only had 2 slots booked. So closed a few of them the night before so I could sleep in, but I still left 2 open short notice, which didn't book. Stephanie, 4 classes this morning. Rebecca, they are 3-hour classes. Yes, I remember hearing about that. Yeah, I had to cancel a class for tomorrow. I had an appointment scheduled, and it's one of those things I really needed to book this appointment before my vacation. I will say when VIPKID was still offering the raise, I would have rearranged my schedule to not have to do this. So that's a disadvantage that now there's no longer the raise incentive, and my contract renews in August. It's only my second, cancellation for the 6 months, so I will be okay. But again, if I was going for another raise, I would have done anything not to have to do this. Since it is a doctor appointment, maybe I can still get a soft or medium cancellation. And of course, I'm going to try. Rebecca, I opened 6 to 7 slots each day, but only had the PPT times booked. Me too, with the exception of usually Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Tomorrow, Thursday, I think I have some that are early. I am getting some of the 1-hour classes booked. I'm getting 7s, 8s, and the writing course. Deborah, I have to use 250 tokens before tomorrow. I'm going to donate them to the schools in the country. Oh, okay. You know what? I don't know if I knew you could do that, because I still have some more that I need to get rid of. So I gave it to the child I had to cancel on, but maybe I'll give the rest to a school. I'll have to look into that. All right, GOGOKID. All right, so you can earn 20 uni coins if you take this survey, mathematical solving courses. This is actually about people in America. So maybe they're trying to branch out like VIPKID has done. So this survey is intended to understand the demands of American parents for mathematical problem solving courses. Mathematical problem-solving courses refer to courses that improve the students' numeracy, logical thinking, and problem-solving skills every day. This survey will take 5 to 10 minutes. You'll get 20 unique coins. So Again, maybe they're trying to do like the Book Nook and the Mini Mighty Reading Club, which is just branch out in America, especially with what may happen in China with the tutoring. I don't blame them for wanting to reach out. All right, July virtual meetup sneak peek. If anyone missed my weekly reports from the past few weeks, GOGOKID's doing a new thing where they're offering meetups just like VIPKID. So they've got, these are the topics: Pet Palooza, Summer Bucket List, 90s Trivia, Affordable Props. They show a picture, it looks like one of like a cat pet meetup. So here are some meetups that are coming up: Unwind and Movement and Relaxation, Peekaboo, I See Your Classroom, GOGOKID Moments, Book Club. So all you need to do is submit a proposal form. You need an email, meetup title, proposed summary, 3 potential dates and times. It sounds very similar to setting up a VIPKID one. Okay, you can still earn $150 per referral in the month of June. June's almost over. So anyways, still time, especially you probably have to have someone already going through the process since June's almost over, but photo mode will return this Thursday. We are so glad that nearly 1,000 teachers captured the wonderful moments with their kids via photo mode. Kids smiled more and the parents gave more 5-star reviews and lessons with. And we are so sorry it went offline due to some unexpected tech issues. The tech team is working on it. Who uses photo thing at GOGOKID? I don't teach that many classes there. Oh, I think this might be it for GOGOKID. It is. I didn't realize I was at the end. And now I'm going to go into Outschool updates. Let me read what you're saying first. That hurts VIPKID because people don't jump through hoops anymore. Exactly. I would have jumped through hoops before. For actually both times I canceled. Last time I canceled was to take another job that was full day and more money. But again, I would have said no if I was going for the raise. Deborah has 250 tokens before tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let me go into Outschool email. And I also, when it was relevant, clicked on the more information. So if you just read the email and didn't click on more information, I'm here to give you that too. All right, so they want you to know that ongoing classes are still the most popular. That's pretty much all I teach. What about the rest of you? They're working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. From 12 to 6 Pacific time. So that would be 12 to 6. Oh, yeah. So that would be 3 to 9 in my time zone. I'm in the Eastern. So I have noticed, I just noticed this trial and error, but if I post a class at 3 or 4 o'clock, definitely gets way better bookings. And I've noticed that from the beginning, and people say, oh, Outschool's all around the world, do different times. I still notice that later afternoon books better for me. And I still think the majority of the kids are in the US, especially me being on East Coast time. So if I do it later, I get all the time zones in the US. Rebecca didn't get a reminder. They've been sending me a million reminders like every single day. So I'm sure yours aren't expiring if you didn't get a reminder, Rebecca. Okay, math classes from 4 to 8 Pacific time. So that would be 7 to 9 my time. I don't teach that late, so I can't take advantage of this. I have a 33% more enrollment than the 8 to 10 a.m. Pacific time. So that'd be 11 to 1 in Eastern time. Does anyone here teach math on Outschool? I know Rebecca does. Do you find this when trying out different times that the later ones work? Here's an idea. If any of you want to make extra money and you're good at math, teach a course on the new math for adults. I will come and take the class, because what prevents me from teaching math on Outschool or wanting to tutor math is that I do math the old way and the schools want you to do it the new way. So if you're going to tutor someone in math, you got to know the new ways. If someone wants to do your own course, sell it to adults, I'll come. Yes, I need a course on the new math. Okay. Educator strategies for boosting re-enrollments. Actually, let me come back to this one because this is where I'm going to read the more. So, what sparks interest from learners? We've noticed that classes with a class video and learner summary tend to get more enrollments than those without. While including these optional features in your class listings can take a little extra time, it could be worth it if they grab learners' attention and encourage signups. So then they have a step-by-step tutorial on making a video. Yes, I've always tried to do class videos. The learner section's like a new thing. I've been putting the same class video on the class and the learner side because I always, tended to talk to the learner anyway, or kind of talk to the learner and the parent. But then this other one, the learner description, I think I just copy the same one I do to the parents. I'm not sure, but I'll be more aware of this from now on when I make a class. Okay, so let me go back to educator strategies. Rebecca, I have 3 a.m. math sections and 3 p.m. math sections, and they all did pretty well, but Thursday p.m. does the best. Oh, you meant you have 3 classes in the morning, not a 3 a.m. math class. That's how I read it at first. Me, I teach math, p.m. do better, yeah. Gwen, I want to do an Outschool class this fall, and I'm thinking 1 or 2 start time. Yep. And Gwen, I know you're in the Eastern time zone. For me, the 3s and 4s book the best, just in my experience. But I have classes at 1 or 2 that do fine as well. So there's that. All right, so strategies for re-enrollment. Outschool recently conducted research into strategies used by Outschool educator with a high volume of class enrollments to build their learner base. 2 things the educators have in common. They offer consistent ongoing classes and take time to ensure a positive experience for every individual learner. So then you have something you click on for more information. It's literally 2 pages long. So I'm going to read the highlights and the bullet points. A few things to keep in mind. Educators and parents, guardians can pick from many different class formats, and some class formats may work better than others for certain age ranges, topics, and type of instructions. I think we pretty much knew that. Ongoing classes are becoming more popular on Outschool. We've noticed that families are signing up for this format more frequently than before. Our assumption is that these classes offer more continuity, consistency, and ease for family. If ongoing classes work with your schedule, you may add one. And what they didn't say, but I know is true, is that the money is easier too. For a multi-day, you got to pay all up front. It's less commitment. They could go once and say, I don't like it. They sign up for a multi-day, go to one class, they don't like it. They're stuck with it till the multi-day's over. Oh, if you don't have a separate learner video, they will see the parent video when they search. I see. Okay. Well, it only takes 2 extra seconds to upload the same video to the learner side anyway, so that's all right. Top takeaways from our research. Ongoing classes allow educators to build long-term relationships with their families. We know that. So if they have a positive experience, it's a great way to build relationships too. Families re-enroll with educators based on the initial positive interactions. Okay, not surprising. First impressions count wherever you go if you're introducing yourself or your class, so not surprising. Okay, so the first line of what this says. This might seem obvious, it does, but important. We continue to hear from families that educators are the most important ingredient in the learner experience. So they have to like the teacher. In other words, not surprising. They're talking about variables, personalizing the experience for a learner and meeting them where they are. These are tips, which is what I try to do in my book class. Following up with family to let them know how their learner is doing. writing personalized feedback to a learner after class is over, responding to parent guardian messages in a timely manner. Okay, responding in a timely manner is something I've always done. When I was a newbie at Outschool, I wasn't writing personalized messages. I was like, oh, good, we don't have to do feedback like VIPKID, so I'm not going to. Woo, glad I don't have to do that. But through the advice, I take advice from a lot of my friends on YouTube, from doing the boot camp with some other teachers who gave great advice. I don't write feedback to every single student after every single class, considering my classes have anywhere from 6 to 8 students in them. But I will write a personal note the first time the student comes to class. I will write a personalized note when they leave the class, saying something like, I enjoyed their time in our class. I like the way so-and-so did this. Saying, I hope to see you again in one of my classes. And then occasionally, I was doing this for a while, but kind of stopped. I have a lot of rolling enrollments now that summer's here. I have a lot that sign up. I have a lot that are leaving. So just keeping up responding to the newbies and people leaving is time consuming right now. But for a while, I was trying to just pick 2 students a day, random, and like for no reason, just writing something to the parent, I really like the way they do this, or I really enjoy having them in my class. So I was doing that for a while too. So even if you can't write to every individual student, that's kind of hard when they're group classes, try to do it for some. And I definitely think it's a way to market to the kids you already have. And I noticed it has helped me. So that is a tip, to go ahead and try to write to some people. Hi, Cindy. I was just ending. I like to write a note if they miss class. It also helps me keep track of when they missed 3 in a row, they'll be dropped. Good idea. Good idea. Okay. There was a couple other things I wanted to talk to you about. So, I don't know why, on YouTube, when you click on a video, then all of a sudden it makes more suggestions. So I've been, and hello, Stephanie, afternoon and evening books better. Yes, definitely. So I've been watching some videos on the Chinese culture, and I don't know, did anyone hear about the 3-child policy? So they used to have the 1-child policy. Now they have a 3-child policy. They want to allow you to have 3 kids. And I'm just thinking, why don't you just not have a policy at all? Then it'll even out. Some will have 1, some won't have any, some will have 7 or 13. You know what I mean? Why have a policy? But anyways, I know that's neither here nor there. I don't live in China. But they're basically having a problem with men who are of marriage age can't find women, because has anyone seen One Child Nation? They basically killed a lot of the babies who were girls because they were only allowed to have 1 child and they valued boys more. And it's literally like a 3-to-1 ratio. It's crazy. But I remember being a child and hearing about the 1-child policy and thinking, when all those people grow up, they're not going to have anyone to marry. So I'm kind of surprised that no one thought of that, because I thought of that when I was a child and didn't even know any better. Yeah, I know, Cindy. It was, if you haven't seen, you guys, I have to warn you, it was so sad that it disturbed me for several days after I watched it. It was disturbing. They would just leave babies out on the street to starve. It was hard to watch. Stephanie, I teach math. My 4 Eastern is sold out with 10 learners. Yes, but I've also heard about popularity of dual income, no kids. Yep. But I hear that they're doing things if a woman has less than 2 kids, they're going to withhold birth control from her. So, yeah, I know. Yeah. Lack of girls. Cindy said the movie was more than disturbing. It was. It was. I have to warn you, it was hard to watch. It was awful. I mean, if you haven't seen it, I'll forewarn you, they show a grave site of babies' bodies. It was, yeah. I don't know. So I've also heard that just from reading the comments of some of these videos, that they have a prejudice against marrying outside of the Chinese culture, because that would be one way to get around it too. The men could go find women in other countries. Candy, I can't watch movies about baby being hurt. I know, Candy. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's hard to watch. It was disturbing. So yeah, I feel bad for the Chinese people. Luann, I'll take your word for it. Yeah. So anyways, so this is my last week, actually my last full week teaching at Outschool before I take a break for the summer. Most of my classes, with the exception of one, maybe two, after this week, I put on hiatus until the second week in August. My kids have a super short summer because they started late last year with COVID. And like literally we're trying to fit in 2 vacations. My daughter has to have 2 minor surgeries, nothing major, don't worry. And so I'm not ending my ongoing classes. So we always say don't end them. I'm just simply not scheduling them. And then they're going to re-pick up back in August. I haven't had too many people unenroll. Maybe they will after this week. I have one class. The parent son is in 2 of my classes. So I put on the classroom page that one was ending. I didn't get around to doing that for all my classes. Then she emails and asks me, telling me how much her son likes my class, really, and she wants to keep him reading over the summer. Looked at my schedule, the day and time that this particular class was. I was like, I'm able to make that work in the summer. I kept it. It's not even my most money-making class. Actually, my most money-making class I had to get rid of. I scheduled a few appointments on those days in addition to all the things I had going on. And so, and then she told me how happy she was and how happy her son was that I kept it going. And I have one class where we're meeting once in July and just we're taking a break from the serious and doing something fun. But most classes some start the first week in August and some start the second week. So yeah, after this week, I will be all VIPKID. And I've opened up my schedule when I'm not on vacation 7 days a week to make up for it. So yes, I've lost some regulars because I kind of took some time off, but maybe some of them will come back. I'm starting to see some come back. Deborah, Cindy watched to see the truth. Yep, it was hard. I'm taking the last 2 weeks of July, first time in 4 years. Wow, well, awesome. You get a vacation, Deborah. I'm taking 2 weeks off, but they're not 2 weeks in a row as well. I did the same, Rebecca, I did the same with my ongoings. We're taking almost a month off and then they will start up again late July. Okay. Isn't it nice that we can do that? I love how we can set our own schedule. Any other job, I've had other jobs that worked with my kids' school schedule. I had one where I was able to work totally like while they were in school and it was the perfect job, but I had to still work in the summer to keep the job. So I love how we can just decide, I'm going to take a break, and we do. We don't lose our job, and I can go and work at VIPKID. It's awesome. The best thing ever to be able to just make your own schedule. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I have 2 classes later today that I need to still prep for. So thank you all for coming today. And actually, I will not be doing the weekly reports next week. If anyone else, if Rebecca wants to do it again or someone else, let me know. And I will see you all in 2 weeks. Goodbye. Zaijian.